had what would be described as a disaster. What happened, Jen?
Well, our engine blew out between St. Louis and Kansas City in a town called Columbia,
Uh,
and it's being rebuilt.
Yep, it's waiting for a new engine, which is going to take at least a week. So what was going to be about a day, day and a half in Kansas City is now going to be at least a week. So we're trying to make the best of it here, and instead of seeing just a couple of things, we're going to be able to see
Pretty much
everything.
Here's our top 10 Kansas City things to do.
First on our list is a small town about 2 hours northeast of Kansas City, and we'll let Jen tell you where we are.
Marceline, Missouri, boyhood home of Walt Disney.
While Walt's home is a private residence and not open to the public, there are a number of very cool things to do in Marceline, starting with the site of Walt's dreaming tree, where he and his sister would use their imagination to dream up fanciful tales. And the old barn that Walt played in as a child has been reconstructed, and you're able to check that out as well. Walt loved going into town, and Marceline's Main Street was the inspiration for Disneyland's Main Street USA. The town's old train depot has been transformed into the Walt Disney Hometown Museum. Here you can see lots of artifacts and learn what an important part Marceline played in Walt's growing up. If you have the time and are a fan of Disney, Marceline is a fun and fascinating stop. Number 9 is Kauffman Stadium, home of the Kansas City Royals. This ballpark is known for its sleek modern design and beautiful fountains out in right field. Unfortunately, the game went into a rain delay in the 5th inning and never recovered. That gave us a chance to explore the rest of the ballpark, including visiting the team store to buy our mandatory shot glass souvenir and visit the Royals Museum, which is inside the ballpark. Even though our evening at the ballpark was cut short, we still had a great time. Number 8 on our list is exploring Kansas City on the streetcar. Kansas City has a free streetcar that runs up and down the main boulevard, and it's going to be expanding soon. It's a great way to hop on and off and check out all the interesting architecture and old sites. Number 7 is Union Station. This grand old train depot was opened in 1914 and closed in 1985. In 1999, it was restored and today serves as a complex of museums, restaurants, bars, and all kinds of other fun activities. Number 6 is the Kansas City Zoo and Aquarium. Spanning over 200 acres and hosting thousands of animals, this zoo is definitely worth a visit. One of the highlights for us was the zoo's huge chimpanzee habitat. Number 5 is the National World War I Museum and Memorial. This museum comprehensively tells the story of World War I through a variety of artifacts and media. There's free access to the rooftop terrace, which provides fantastic views of the city. You think Kansas City, you think barbecue. Since we've got a week here, we're going to try a lot of barbecue, and our first stop is one of the big ones.
We're at Arthur Bryant's.
Go ahead and give it a try. Arthur Bryant's has been serving up barbecue since the early 1900s and is probably Kansas City's most famous barbecue restaurant. We had burnt ends, ribs, potato salad, and coleslaw. While we enjoyed it, it certainly wasn't the best barbecue we've had in our lives, and we'd give it a solid B. We left the Missouri side of the city and headed to Kansas for a round of disc golf and a visit to Joe's Barbecue. You might not expect a gas station to be a place to get some of the best barbecue in town, but Joe's delivers. We tried the burnt ends, coleslaw, ribs, brisket, and fries, and all of it was really good. We'd give it a solid A-. That brings us to our favorite, Q39. With its sit-down service and full bar, it doesn't look like a typical barbecue joint, but man oh man is the food good. We had a burnt ends appetizer and a combo plate of ribs, chicken, brisket, and pork belly. Nothing to say but A+. Number 3, check out some live jazz. We enjoyed a Sunday brunch at the Phoenix, but what we really enjoyed was an evening set at the Green Lady. For an old school jazz experience, definitely visit the Green Lady. And speaking of jazz, number 2 on our list is the American Jazz Museum, where you can learn all about the greats who created this uniquely American art form. Number 1 on our list is the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Until Jackie Robinson integrated Major League Baseball in 1947, many of the game's greatest players could be found playing in the Negro Leagues. This museum pays homage to many of the greats like Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, Ray Dandridge, and Cool Papa Bell. It seamlessly blends sport, culture, and history, and is a must-stop if you visit Kansas City.
If you enjoyed this adventure, please give it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of our travel and wildlife videos.